Hi there, June back again for your balance and flexibility workout. This 30-minute workout today is going to focus on posture and alignment, allowing you to feel stretched and elongated and taller even in some instances. We're going to remain seated for the whole workout. If you take note, I have a ball and a band available. We'll incorporate both. We're going to begin with a warm-up. As usual, we always have our water. I'm going to invite you to have a seat in your chair, and we're going to get started. So while we're sitting in the chair, as always, we want to sit forward on the chair towards the edge so that we are aware of our posture and alignment. We want to think tall. Think of a string attached to the top of your head that's pulling you upward towards the ceiling while your shoulders drop down. So the key is to always keep lots of space between the ears and the shoulders. So we're going to begin with just a nice, lovely arm flow to incorporate some breath with that. Whereas we breathe all the time as we're sitting here and you are watching and joining me, we're breathing, but let's take some mental focus of the breath as we move. So feet in a comfortable position about hip width apart, arms right by your side, turn the palms to face forward. With our thumbs up, let's take an inhale up. And then as you exhale, let the palms come down and float the arms back down. So we're doing that again. Deep breath in. Exhale, float the arms down. We'll do one more before we add one little variation. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now on my next one, I'm going to inhale, come forward with the arms. Notice how my palms are always staying up. I'm going to cross in front, inhale, and then exhale. Creating a nice circle with the arms, and now that I'm doing both, I'm going to stop my right arm and reach the left arm across 2 times. Then I'm going to do the same thing with my right arm. Thumb goes out 2 times, then both cross in front, open up, pause right here for a moment, pull the elbows back, and then reach out. One more time, arms in and out. And then turn the palms slightly down, thumbs are still facing up, and then relax the arms down by your side. Our next exercise is going to warm up the torso, focusing primarily on the lower part of your torso from your rib cage down. So right now I'm sitting very tall. As I exhale, I'm going to keep my torso very tall. I'm going to avoid rounding forward. I'm going to roll back slightly, just a little. And how am I doing that? I'm pulling the abdominal muscles inward so I feel those muscles pressing gently into my spine. And I'm going to release and come up and sit high on those sits bones that you're sitting on. We're going to do 2 more of those. Take a breath in. Exhale, we roll back just a teeny bit, just so we feel the lower abdominals kick in. Inhale, feel yourself grow taller, and we have 1 more of those. Take a breath in. Exhale, slight little roll back, not much at all. And then we come back up to that nice tall spine. That was beautiful. So now we're going to take a nice side bend. The side bend is just taking a nice stretch, reaching the right arm down towards the chair, the leg of the chair, and then come back up. And let's take an exhale with that. So take a deep breath in. Exhale as you bend. And then inhale, come back. We're going to do another one on the right side. Exhale as you bend to the side. Inhale as you come up to your left side now. Exhale as you come down. Inhale up. Let's add on to that. I'm going to take my left hand, place it on my right knee, maybe on the outside of the knee. I'm going to side bend here, but now I'm going to take a look over my right shoulder, look back to center before I bring myself back up. Same thing on the other side. Take your right hand on the outside of the knee, right? So this way we avoid putting our hand on the joint. Side bending, reaching the fingertips towards the ground. Taking a mild twist, just looking over to my other side. Feel that twist in the side. Come back up and release the hand. Let's do 1 more on each side. So take that left hand here. Here we go. Slide down, side bending. Notice I'm keeping both hips in contact with the mat. Slight twist to the right. Come back to the center, coming back up, taking my right hand to the outside of my left leg, hand here, sliding down to a nice, beautiful side bend here, turning gently to my side, looking over my left shoulder, coming back and coming back here. Next exercise is called the offering. It's called offering. It's a term we use in the Pilates world. This is my Pilates studio that I'm streaming from. And Offering means we're just going to put our arms in a position as if we're offering something out to someone. So we're going to take our arms, let the palms face the ceiling, and bend your elbows and pull them in very close to the sides of your body. Sit tall, nice and tall. Make sure your hips and the weight is even on both sides. We're going to extend the arms out forward as if you're, how about a tray of brownies or cookies you're offering to someone. But as we're doing this, watch my incorrect position. Notice how my shoulders came up? I want to make sure my shoulders stay down. And as I exhale, I'm going to pull the arms back in. Let's repeat that 2 more times. Inhale to reach forward, and then exhale to bring it back in. Nice. Let's do 1 more. Inhale to go forward. Exhale, come back in. Place your hands on your legs for a second to take a little rest. We're going to add on to that. We're going to add a mild back extension to that, which is just a heart opener. Nothing more than lifting your eyes to where the ceiling meets the wall and then coming back. We're going to do that and incorporate that with the offering. So place your hands right on your lap if you like to start here. You have a bent elbow, so maybe raise the forearms off the legs. Breathe in and extend the arms, and as you do, gaze up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, pull the arms back. We're going to do 3, so 2 more of those. Inhale, reach those arms forward, heart lifts to the ceiling. Exhale, come back in. Here comes your last one. Inhale, reach. And we come back. Doesn't that feel good? It feels really good to let your heart open to the ceiling. That was beautiful. The next and last thing we're going to do in this warm-up is what we call eye tracking. So eye tracking is a form of movement that allows you to move your eyes without moving your body, so that we can have the opportunity to add some cognitive training, which means we're allowing our brain to become a little bit more sharper. And as we age, that's really important, right? So take your heels of your hands to the chair. I'm going to sit back a little further. What I'm going to do is drop my shoulders, and I'm going to try to keep my head right here. That sounds crazy. My head's not going anywhere. What I want to do, what I mean is just keep my eye focus right here. My head's not going to move. What I'm going to do is move my eyes to the right side and then come back to center. Now I'm going to move my eyes to the left and come to center. Let's try that again. Move your eyes to the right, come to center. Haven't moved my head yet. Move my eyes to the left, come back to center. Now we're going to add on. You're going to move your eyes to the left, keep it there, raise the right arm or reach out to the side with that arm. Bring it back, and as you do, let your eyes come back to the center. Notice how we're going opposite? Let's try this to the left side now. Eyes go to left side, arm reaches to the right, or right arm reaches to the right. Bring them both down and come back to center. And then now take your eyes towards the ceiling. Let your eyes go towards your feet. I haven't moved my head yet. 1 more time towards the ceiling, towards the feet, and release and take a breath. So we're going to play with that in future routines that we do when you join me. I think eye tracking is a really good thing to incorporate in what we do. What we're going to go into next is scooting a little bit more forward on the chair. And we're still sitting nice and upright. What we're going to do is create some diagonal arm reaches. Simple. Your left arm reaches across your body, and we pull it back. We're going to do that 4 times. So note that I'm keeping the arm at about chest level, right? Chest height. I'm going to do 1 more, and then this time thumb up, let it come all the way out, and let it come back down. So we're warming up that shoulder area, crossing your body, opening the arm. Crossing and back. 1 more. Cross, and now open that arm, reach back, feel that heart and the chest open here, and release. Nice job. Let's do 2 of them this time. We did 4 on the last one. Reach 1, pull back. And then 2, open that arm, and then lower it back down. Let's try your right arm. Reach across. Come back, reach across. This time, notice I'm keeping that elbow close to my body. Let's alternate diagonal. I'm trying to keep my lower half of my body fairly still, while the upper part of my body is twisting and rotating as the arm comes across. Now when I come back, I'm going to separate my legs a little bit and scoot back a little bit more on my chair so I have a little bit more support. Watch my change. I'm lifting one hip slightly off. I'm not completely off, but this is challenging my balance a little bit as I come across. And it's a really feel-good movement because now I'm getting the whole body involved. I love this. It feels so great. And if we want to just sweep the arm around. You can do the same. This is one of my favorite movements. I feel like I'm pushing the back of my hand through water. If you've ever taken aqua aerobics, this is like I'm pushing that water away. And by envisioning me doing so, I'm getting some more core application to this. I'm going to do one more each side. Here comes my last one. I'm going to come back to the center and bring my feet in together. So now I'm going to sit nice and tall. I'm going to take my left arm to here and my right arm to here. I call this a goal post. So if you've taken workouts with me before, you know I like to use this. I'm going to take a twist. I'm going to ask you to watch me for this one. I'm going to take a twist. Open my arms up, thumbs to the ceiling, bend back, and then come back to the center. I'm going to do the other side. Reach, thumbs up, come back in, back to center. Are you ready to join me? Let's take your left arm up to a goal post. And then your right arm up to a goal post. Are we ready? Take that twist to your right side. Thumbs up as you reach the arms out. Back to goal post, back to center. Twist left. And then thumbs up. Bend your elbows, come back. Let's do it to the other side. Twist. Thumbs up. Bend your elbows and come back. One more twist. Thumbs up. That was perfect. And relax. Let those shoulders shake out a little bit. It was a nice full body rotation with arm extension. So you should feel more openness into your heart. Take a deep breath in. Bring the arms up to the ceiling and let your palms face the ceiling as you let those arms come back down. Let's do one more of those. Nice deep breath in. Beautiful. Now we're going to take our left leg this time. We're going to slide it out and we're going to pull it back in. Great. We're going to do that again. Press it out and come back in. So I want you to think about gliding the leg out, pulling the leg back in, and again gliding the leg out. Pull it back in. Watch my change. Then you can join me. Lift the heart. Pull it back to center. I'm going to do one more and then you're going to join me. Lift the heart. Hands around the side of the chair. You ready? Here we go. Leg and upper body lifts. Come back. Do that again. Leg and upper body lifts. Come back. Can you do two more? I'm sure you can. Here we go. Reach. And come in. Deep breath in as you do this again. Last one here. Perfect. Let's try the other side. Just the leg first. Slide out. Pull it in. Notice how that hamstring, that muscle that's in the back of your leg has to work to pull your leg in. Two more of these. Reach out. Reach. Nice. And come in. Are we ready to start to add the lift of your heart with this? Here we go. Heels of your hands on the chair. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pull it in. And again, inhale, lift. My heart's lifting, I feel my back working, I feel a nice openness in my chest. Last two, coming up, reach it out. And coming in, here comes my last one. Reach it out, perfect, we got it. Nice job, feet together. Let's roll the left shoulder back and the right shoulder back. And again, shoulder rolls about 4 times. And again, we have one more after this one, still focusing on opening the heart. One last one here, beautiful, we got it. Nice job, shake those hands out a little bit, grab your water, it's time for a water break. So we take a quick little water break here, just a quick sip. Well, that wasn't such a great job on my part, sorry about that as I dribbled a little bit. Anyway, nice refreshing water. I got my hands a little cooled off on that, which is great. We're going to move into grabbing some of our props. So for this one, we're going to grab our band. So I want you to grab that band. Notice I have a long band. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take that band. Let me just fix my watch here so it's not in the way here. And I'm going to take it behind my back. Whoop, excuse me. We put that back. And we take the band behind our back lengthwise. Now we always want the palms to face forward. So notice how the band is in the front of my palm. My shoulders are back. My torso is nice and tall. Drop your shoulders. Now I want you to slide your hands out a little bit and then straighten both arms. So you're in this position, you should have a little bit of tension on the band. Should you don't, just walk your hands up the side of the band. Palms forward, here we go. Now I'm going to keep my thumb over the top of the band and my fingertips long. I'm going to open up my shoulders and drop the shoulders, and all we're doing is lifting the band back and then lowering down. There we go. Inhale, Feel the openness of the chest. If you want to grab the band with your fist, notice how my thumb is up. Good, we got it. We're going to do that again. Reach up and out. Nice. Beautiful. We've got 2 more of these. Breathe in. Breathe out. We have 1 more. Nice job. We're going to keep the hands here. We're going to come a little closer. So I'm going to ask you to bend your elbows now. So notice my elbows are bent into my body. Not super close, but I'm just having the band lay on top of my hand. But I want to have a teeny bit of tension. So I'm going to take my thumb, place the thumb right on top of the band. Keep my palms open as I straighten the band up. Whoa, feel that resistance? Now you are in charge of the resistance. If that was too much, just slide your hands a little further along the edge of the band and then stretch out. Feel that openness in your heart. All we're doing is taking the elbows from a bent position to a straighter position. As you do, lift your heart. And we come back in. We're going to do 2 more of these. Reach, lift, and come back in. We have 1 more. Notice how that openness occurs in the chest. If that was too much on the band or with the band, put the band here and just reach out, open this way. So we don't have to use the band to feel that same openness if that band was a little too much. You always have options. Options that will help you be able to do the exercise, because what we do here is for every single person. We're going to take that band from behind our back, and we're going to take the band and place it under the bottom of your foot. And from here, we're going to just take a deep breath in. I'm going to hinge forward as I wrap the band around once. I'm going to pull right up to here and release. I'm going to do just 2 more of these because I'm going to turn this into a leg extension exercise. I just want to warm your biceps up a little bit. Great. And we want to do the same thing on the other side. I like using just 1 leg at a time to avoid having too much resistance on the leg. I'm going to pull the arms in just like we did before, about 2 more times. Here we go. We have 1 more. Nice. Then we take the band and we put it under 1 leg. Once the band goes under 1 leg, what we're going to do is bring the hands closer to the knee so that I have the opportunity to get some resistance as I pull the leg up in a bicep curl. So we warm the biceps up, right? So bicep is that muscle in the front of your arm. As you exhale, you pull the leg up. Notice that nice stretch in the glute. Feel the biceps working. Extend the leg out, bring the leg in, and then release. The most important thing here is that we keep the heart open and that we don't shrug or round our spine down. Let's do 4 of those. That was number 1. Here comes 2. Lift and extend. Bring it in and come back. We have 2 more to go. I breathe out as I lift and pull. Extend, open that heart. We have 1 more. Doesn't that feel good to extend that leg out? Now, we're going to keep that leg extended here and bring it down to the ground. Nice job. Take the band away and then hold on to the chair and lean back a little bit so we get a little bit more openness in that hip before we move to the other side. Right? So we take that leg, bring it in, and we do the same thing on this side. So again, remember we're taking that band fairly close to the knee, right? So we've got lots of length on either side. And we're going to use the bicep muscles in our arms to lift the leg up, open your heart, extend the leg out, bend the leg in, and lower back down. We did 4 on the other side, so we have 3 more to go here. Lift and extend, bend and bring it back down. We have 2 more. Lift and extend, bring it back. You have 1 more. And if you recall on that last one, we kept that leg extended. So keep it out, lower it back down. Beautiful. And then let the band just drop onto the other leg and put the hands on the chair and lift your heart. Feel a nice openness in that heart there. That should feel really good. Great. Now we're going to do some abduction. Those muscles that run along the side of your legs. So we're going to take the band. I'm going to start with my left leg. So what I'm going to do is make it a little shorter on the right side and then bring the band over, and then I'm going to grab it right here. So I want to be really close to my right leg. And I want to keep the leg fairly close together. I'm going to put 1 hand, well actually both hands are actually working from this right side. Slide the leg out, pull it back in. So you're starting to feel that tension. We're going to do 8. That was number 2. Here comes 3. By the time you get to 5, 4, you're going to start to feel a little action occurring. in that side of that hip. We have 4 more. Here's 1. Good. And then 2. And then 3. And then 1 more 4. Perfect. Nice job. So now, we're not tying it, just undo the band. We slide it a little shorter over on our left side to bring it over here and grab it pretty close to the left leg this time, right? The right hand is going to go on the left leg, and we're going to go out and in. Remember, it's about the 4th repetition that you start to feel the resistance kick in. So here's number 3. So on number 4, you're like, oh yes, I can feel I'm working that abductor, that muscle that runs down the side of my leg. 2 more here. 1. And then 2. Nice job. Release. That was great. So we got to work a lot of things in this particular section. We got to work the legs a little bit, right? We got to get some, we also had the opportunity to get some openness in our heart. And that's kind of the goal of what today's workout is to feel a little bit more lengthened and more openness and more, I was going to use the word resilience, but let's say just feel a little bit more looseness in your joints. I'm going to put the band off to the side here, and we're going to move a little bit back. After this one, we'll take a quick little water break, but right now let's move right into what I call a bilateral leg shuffle. What is that? Bilateral means I'm using 2 limbs at the same time. Unilateral means I'm using 1 limb at the same time. So what I'm going to do is slide my left leg back and let the right leg go forward. I'm going to alternate the slide. Why do I want to do this exercise? Because it's forcing me to work my hamstring muscles. Good. I'm going to go back and forth with this. Nice length. We're going to add a little bit more extension on the next repetition. So I want you to slide out, lift the leg, lower it. So we get full extension on that knee. Other leg, lift the leg and lower it and come back in. So this shuffle and this little lift is giving us the opportunity to extend through the knee joint completely, because its job is to bend and extend. Real important, and as we get older, we don't want stiff joints, right? Lift. So I'm sliding the other leg out and lifting. We have 1 more. Perfect. Lift. And then the last one here, lift. Great. Now for this next one, we're going to need to scoot a little bit more forward. Just a little bit more. Right? I'm going to lift my toes. So I'm going to have ankle flexion here and hands on the side of my chairs for support. I'm going to go out and in. Notice how I've moved my heels a little bit further away from my body. If this is too difficult, just do 1 at a time. Simple to do here. This may be a little bit easier, but give yourself the opportunity to get a little bit of a challenge. So if you're here, maybe try to take the hands away to make it a little bit more challenging if doing both at the same time. You should start to feel your core working here. Just your heel dragging across the carpet or your floor is forcing those core muscles to engage. Great. Placing hands here. I'm going to do both at the same time. Perfect. We got it. We have 2 more of these. Now watch my change. I'm going to go out. I'm going to cross. Out and cross. Now if you're doing 1 leg, watch my variation. 1, cross over. So I'm going to pull this other leg in a little bit more. The reason I'm crossing over is to get a little bit more action in that inner thigh. That's your adductor. The outer thighs are your abductors. We'll do 1 more here. Perfect. Bring it in. And then let's do the same thing on your side. So notice this heel is a little bit more in front of the other. Out and in. Crossing the midline. So we have some adduction going on. I remember the difference between abduction and adduction. Abduction is the word abduct in there, so that's to take away. Adduction, there's the word add in there in the beginning, so I'm adding back to the center. That helps me remember. We do 1 more. Hope it helps you. Great. Now on this next one, we're going to sit tall, extend 1 leg out, and then we're going to take the same arm and reach forward into a nice hamstring stretch. I'm hinging forward. I'm going to come up and stretch and reach up. I'm going to bring the arm down, reach forward again, come back up and reach. 1 last time, reach down, find that stretch. We're doing what we call active flexibility. Now we're going to take the other arm. We're going to let it come up. We're going to stretch out this way and then open up to the side. Stretch out this way, open up to the side. We're going to do 1 more before we bring this leg back to the center. I want to bring it forward and then open up to the side this way. So doing a little bit of diagonal patterning, which is so good for the torso and the waistline, right? We want to take care of that waistline as we get older, right? We have 2 more. Here comes 1 more. Nice job, and now we switch. Hamstring stretch here. So here, same arm, stretch, hand to the shoulder, lift up. Come back, and notice I'm consistently moving here. Stretch up, and reach out. Right here, stretch up. And now we take the leg out, and we reach out, and we're on that diagonal first, right? Getting that nice little diagonal range of motion with openness in my heart here and my chest. 1 more. Now we bring the leg back to the center, reaching down and still going out, still getting some rotation in, just a little bit differently. We have 1 more. Great. We're going to sit back in our chair, grab our ball. This ball is going to go behind our back. So that means we have to sit a little bit further back here. So once that ball is right there, it's kind of comfortable, isn't it? Don't get too cozy because we got to move. So make sure it's at your rib cage, and then I'm going to keep my hands on the chair here. I'm going to slide my ribs to the left side. Inhale to come back to center. Slide it to the right. And come back again. Perfect. That looks great. So just go side to side. So when we don't stop in between, we're creating a really nice dynamic movement for the torso. If you want to take your hands to a prayer position and you feel courageous enough to go side to side here, great. Now, keeping yourself in the same position, place your heels of your hands closer to your butt. Right before we had them up here, drop your shoulders, your elbows are slightly bent. As you inhale, press gently into the ball as you lift up. So you've got complete support for your spinal column. And then we come back in, we do that again, we lift up. Nice. Back again, we have 1 more. Lift the heart. And then we're going to do a little swaying. So I'm going to take my hands to here. I'm going to sway to one side. I'm also lifting my hip a little bit. It's never coming off the chair. I'm just allowing myself to twist with that ball behind me, lifting my hip a little bit. Dynamic movement. In a moment, we're going to stop that hip movement. Now the hip movement stops. Plant your feet on the ground. I'm pressing against the ball, and I'm twisting. Now I'm no longer lifting my hips. I'm exhaling as I'm going side to side. This feels so good. Love this feeling. Really is a great way to warm up the torso. We're going to come back to the center and take a rest for a moment. Beautiful. Take that ball, put it between your knees, and let's just slide forward a little bit. And make sure that the space between your feet is the space between your knees, and squeeze the ball. And then let it go. Squeeze the ball. Can you feel those adductor inner thigh muscles working for you? We have 2 more of these. 1. Woo! One more time. Last one. Wonderful. That was great. We're going to take a quick little water break here. I'm going to put the ball away. I'm going to grab your water, take a sip. I'll try not to dribble this time. I did a much better job, didn't I? We're going to move into our cool down here. So with the cool down, we're going to begin with a nice little shoulder stretch. So I'm going to ask you to take your left arm out, bend the elbow, place it on your right shoulder. Take your hand right above your elbow and pull the arm gently across your body, and you'll feel that stretch in the shoulder right along the front and on the side. And then come back to the center, lift the elbow up, and then lower the elbow down. Once this arm comes down, let your left ear drop to your left shoulder. Let your right arm press down. Great. And let's repeat this on the other side. Take this hand to here. So it's your right hand on your left shoulder. Grab the elbow, gently pull it into your body so you feel that stretch in the shoulder. Still sitting evenly on both hips. Raising the elbow up. Lowering the elbow down. Nice. And then letting the neck stretch on this side. I'm going to take this arm down and stretch that neck. Doesn't that feel so good? Oh my goodness. Then we come back and we reach to the side without letting the hips up. I'm looking up towards the ceiling just a little bit. Maybe if I take my hand to my shoulder, I can bend a little bit further. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Take a stretch. Nice stretch. I like to envision I have a little ball that I'm kind of lifting my body up and over. So I get a nice lateral side bend. Then I come up. I'm going to do a little bit of a side twist. So let's take the back of your chair. I'm taking my right hand, grab the back of the chair. My thumb is up, and then twist gently to the back. Make sure that thumb is reaching upward. And then we come to the other side. Thumb is coming up. We come back to the center, and we're going to just do some circles with our ankles, about 2 or 3. Reverse the circle the other way. And then same thing on the other side. Reverse. And then slide your feet back and alternate your heels. We're just about finished here. So doing some heel pedaling just to keep some movement going in those legs. And then we're going to finish off with some nice flowing breath like we did in the beginning. Inhale and then exhale. It's like I have a tray in my hands, lifting up and then lower down. We have one more time. Reach this time. Bring the hands to your heart center. Right here. Thumbs right at your breastbone. Drop your shoulders. Lift your heart. Inhale. Exhale. Relax. And there you have it. You did a great job today. Thank you so much for joining me. We had the opportunity to mix a little bit of flexibility and balance in an effort to have you improve your posture, your alignment, feel a lot taller, stronger, and looser in your joints to avoid stiffness and to keep your body youthful for life. I hope to see you next time. Have a wonderful day.